What's up, guys? Eric here. I'm doing something for the first time ever, and that is a coaching session. Um, so what I have here is someone reached out to me. They wanted coaching, so they sent me a few VODs of them playing. I'm going to review the VODs of them playing on 2 times speed, maybe skip through some fights, and really just give my opinions on everything they're doing, their decision making, comps, items, blah blah blah. Every single thing. Try to break down their gameplay and see if I can improve it in any way. This person is D2 currently, last I checked on their lol chess. If you're interested in getting coaching with me, reach out to me on Discord. You can see the link to my Discord down below, and then you can just message me on Discord. My rates are 30 bucks an hour, so I'm going to go for an hour long for this session, and yeah. And also, if you get coaching with me, I don't have to make it a video, but this person said that they were totally fine with me making a video out of this. So I gotta farm that content. In any case, let's get right into it. It is a bow start on a singed. So seems completely reasonable. I like bow start. We get a second bow to start, so this has me thinking of stuff like carries that one double bow. Like Sivir is a pretty obvious one. You could make use of it with like Jin, like Renan's Last Whisper, that kind of stuff. First shop here, we have the bow starts. We're thinking of playing something more AD-like. You could pick up the Ziggs, you could pick up the Brand pair, you could pick up the 2 Hex Tech. I'd probably pick up the Hex Tech pair, just because I don't think I'm going to end up playing AP from this spot. So, yeah. But it's also totally fine to pick up the 2 Brands. It really depends on when we get here. Okay, so they pick up the 2 Hex Tech. I think that makes sense. Let's see what we get from the minions here. One thing I noticed, they just scrolled past a player, but they didn't show who the mutant was, so that's something to do. Check out for what the mutant is. Get a Warwick. I don't want to play Warwick at all. I'm down to sell this Warwick and buy the shop. So we got a GP and then sold the GP. Definitely sell the Warwick here instead of the GP, in my opinion. I think Warwick's like just not a great unit. I've seen some people do both Warwick reroll. So like if you're a Warwick reroll believer, then I guess maybe it makes sense to sell the GP. I mean, but yeah, I think Warwick is just not great, whereas GP is a lot stronger. GP can be Mercs. GP can just be a twin shot for twin shot opener. You already have the Ziggs, so if you potentially get GP, Corki, Ziggs, plus like Poppy start, that's great. Though you'd prefer to have like Lucian. But yeah, I definitely would have held the GP over over the Warwick, but I'm going to sell the GP and buy the shop, so that's fine. Okay, so we have Phalanx, Debonair Heart, and Thrill the Hunt here. Phalanx is just highest win rate option. I don't feel bad about playing that. You have double bow here, so it's actually interesting. Like, you could take the Debonair Heart and look to play Talon reroll from here. I'm not upset about that. I think that's a totally reasonable thing. And then Thrill the Hunt here is also, like, not bad. So I wouldn't be super upset about any of these. I would probably just take Phalanx here and play normal. But, like, I don't think taking any of these is, like, a huge mistake. But I think I would take Phalanx here. They're scouting other augments, which is good. You see here that someone has Assassin, which makes me really not want to play. Like, look, they have Assassin and a Talon too, so I'm definitely down to not play Talon reroll from this spot, just because I don't want to be contested. So that's something. So yeah, I would just take Phalanx here. We get Adrenaline Rush here. It's actually a Debonair Talon in the shop, and we can play Debonairs. So we don't have to actually like play Talon reroll from this spot, but we can use this Debonair to stabilize. We also see a Blitzcrank, which would be really good if we end up actually playing Talon reroll here. I'm down to pre-level here, selling these units if we get 0 gold, or if we get gold, we can sell other stuff. Yeah, I'm down to sell these 4 units pre-level for Brand, also just increase our chances of, like, I don't know, finding a Talon 2 or just finding better units. Like, I think this board's actually decently strong with Thrill with Talon. So, yeah, I'm down to pre-level there, but we don't. And if you want to play Talon reroll from this spot, which I wouldn't recommend, you should pick up the Blitzcrank. But because that other person is going Talon, I'm not super interested in that. But if you want to play Talon from here, you should pick up the Blitzcrank. But I wouldn't. I would just sell these in pre-level. You can make the argument that you want to find like a Brand too, I guess, and not pre-level. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you're gonna play Debonairs, this is probably gonna come out for a Leona later anyway. So yeah. Okay, so we've not pre-leveled. We're sitting here. I feel like you definitely have to level to put in the Brand. It's just much stronger. Yeah, don't play this Warwick. like you have no front line, but like it's not really that big of a deal because you're playing it to assassins. Um, so yeah. You could also slam like Last Whisper on Talon. It's not the best Talon item. Um, but like I'm not really interested in playing Talon from here, so I'm fine just slamming that item on him. But yeah, like this is a pretty solid board. You should, I mean, you're not gonna like 5 streak here unless you like hit something well, but you can definitely win combats. And then pick up the Jarvan for Hex Tech. That's gonna be your next in. You could also pick up this. I would sell the Warwick and buy these 2 units. Definitely. You could also buy, yeah, you should also buy the Twitch. So then I guess, yeah, you shouldn't have the, you should hold the 2 Hex Techs, I think. Because what's the reasoning between holding these 2 units? I don't see a reason. Other than like maybe thinking of playing Warwick here, but I just don't think Warwick's that strong on this patch. So yeah, not not that interested in playing Warwick from here. This person, they stole their talent. Ooh, we hit a Leona. That's amazing. Okay, so I'd put in Leona for Brand here. Don't have a bodyguard, sadly, but just having some kind of front line. Like I said, it's not necessary, but it's pretty useful. So yeah, buy this. Oh, and we also have Nocturne too. This is an insane shop, actually. So yeah, put that in. Build Nocturne too. Yeah, you can sell that stupid Warwick. I mean, okay. You don't really need the Brand that much either. I have no interest in picking up this Leona. I can go past this because it's pretty quiet for the VOD. I mean, it doesn't really matter. How much do you need the sound effects? Okay. I actually know who. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like they won that fight, so that's kind of chill. They didn't get a chance to buy the Jarvan, which is a little bit sad, but okay. They won. They're on 2 streak. I mean, it's a pretty strong board. I think you just build around this board, honestly, from this spot. Look to get either a bodyguard or a hex tech in. Wait, what just happened there? Didn't they? Oh, they never had a Jarvan? Oh, okay. Because they didn't get to buy the Jarvan from shop. Because I would double level and put in Jarvan here from the spot if they could have bought Jarvan. Right now there's not really anything to double level to put in. You could double level for Twitch, I guess. Yeah. But what you should do before making this double level, if you're trying to play optimally, scout all the other people that you can fight. Ideally, just scout, like, probably these people are at 100 HP, because those are going to be the people with the strongest boards. Scout those people and see if this double level makes a difference. Adding Twitch here is a very, very small increase to the power level of your board. So to double level here and do this, you have to, like, you would have to scout and see if someone else has a board that is very close to yours. I probably don't double level and play this Twitch here, because it's not going to make a difference in most fights, but we'll see. Like, this person's level 4. They do have a Corki too. So if you just have these 4 units, are we winning this fight? I believe so. I don't think the Twitch is going to make a difference, but I actually do want to watch this fight and see what happens, because, I mean, the Corki 2 is good. But yeah, I mean, Twitch did some damage. It's, like, actually pretty close. You could argue that the Twitch makes a difference here. But yeah, I would have liked to scout more. But I mean, seeing that fight, I feel totally fine about double leveling for the Twitch. Even though it's a small increase, but it is another assassin. Okay, so we have double bow and glove here. You could pick up a cloak, you could pick up a sword. They're just doing some scouting, okay. I mean, yeah, this person's still on talent. This person got some stuff going on. It's hard with the, oh, geez. Okay, well, they ended up getting what off carousel? Interesting. It's kind of a scuffed VOD, but I mean, we can keep going. What did they get off carousel? Okay, they got that. It's not a great item. And it looks like we're gonna lose this fight. Well, it's close. I mean, I really would have liked to get something off carousel that you can build. Like, we need to keep our streak here. You're definitely buying Talon. I would buy like half of this shop. There's no reason for Twitch to be in right now, right? Because you can have this unit in, and it's better. Just to give you Hex Tech, because another Twitch is really not that big of an upgrade. But you can sell these, buy this, and I would have liked to buy this as well. Though, I guess you could potentially hold this over the Twitch, but I definitely want to hold this Hex Tech. It can also be Hex Tech Arcanist if you get another Brand, right? Swap this Cinder out for Brand, and then you can have Hex Tech Arcanist in, which would be really good synergy-wise. Switchlight Hex is pretty good. I would play that over Twitch. I'm really just not looking to play this Twitch. I mean, you're not going to get to 4 Assassin, right? You need Kajix. So yeah. That's a totally fine. Oh my god. What? I don't think this is right. It's very aggressive. That is a very aggressive play. I don't think that's correct. You're skipping out on making 20 gold here to go 6? This is another scenario where looking at other people's boards, like, do you really need to go 6 to keep your win streak here? If there is someone else who the only way you're going to win is by going 6, then this play actually makes some sense, right? Um, because if you keep your streak, you're going to be on a 5 streak, you're going to be making 3 gold. You're going to be making, like, even more than the 2 gold off income, right? Because you're going to make 3 gold from keeping your streak here, and then you're going to make another 3 gold from your streak on the Krugs. So it does actually make sense to level here if you need, but something I'm noticing is just there's not a lot of scouting going on against your opponents. I mean, they literally have the scout. You know these 3 people. You should scout them and see who you're going to fight, because that, like, not only does that allow you to figure out, like, if you need to do this level, it also allows you to just position for the fight. So I think this is, it might be okay, actually. You should have the Senna in over this, though. Like, imagine if you have Senna, you have the talent on the Senna Socialite Spotlight instead of just this random Twitch. I mean, the Twitch isn't terrible, but I think Senna would be better here. It's a pretty big increase. I also would have just slammed items. I mean, I would have slammed Last Whisper on Talon immediately. And ideally, we would have got, like, a Renans or just some kind of sword item for Talon off Carousel. I don't know if they're thinking of still playing Talon here or not. So we'll see. Like, this player, okay, like, let's look back. See, if we had scouted this board, do you think we could have won without leveling? So the only unit they have upgraded is Brand. I believe we can win this fight without leveling if we play a stronger board, Twitch out, Senna in, and slam items. I mean, it's not like we're gonna slam Titans, but Last Whisper here and Sword here, I think you can win this fight without leveling and still make 20 gold. We'll see how the fight goes. If it's ridiculously close, then you can still make the argument. Like, Twitch did some good damage there. It's a pretty close fight. It's a pretty close fight. It's still a 2-unit loss for them. I think you can make up for the difference in leveling there by slamming items. If you slam Last Whisper plus Bow and Talon, and if this was like a good item off Carousel instead of them DCing, but they can't really take advantage of that, I think you could win this fight without leveling, be at 20 gold, and still keep your streak. But it's theoretical. Talon 2's huge here. You don't have to roll for, okay, maybe not like the rest of the game, but for a long time. Like, you can go fast 8 from this spot with Talon 2 and Nocturne 2. They're doing scouting here. We see, oh, the recording's like kind of scuffed. So this person's playing Talon plus like almost Yordles, kind of a scuffed board, to be honest. And this is the person that took the Assassin Heart. They don't have Debonaires in. It's interesting. Maybe they don't play Talon from this spot. But I mean, they have to, right? They have to, or they're playing down an Augment. Look isn't bad. Really want to make 10 here, so I'd like some gold. Giant Pelt's not bad. Okay, no gold here, so you should buy out the shop, especially buy this Swain. And the Cassidin as well is pretty big. Okay. Okay, so items. Let's look at those and figure out what the heck we're building. I'm still thinking of, like, potentially like a Sivir angle. It should be a million times. It's Frozen Heart Slam on Nocturne. I still feel good about the Last Whisper Slam here. I'm down to slam Last Whisper Renans here, Frozen Heart here, and hold on to this Giant's Belt. And ideally have it be like a Morello's later for Echo, and just play to Sivir from this spot. So those are the items that I would slam here. I don't really care about any of these units. I guess you could hold, yeah. QSS? Okay. So, based on this, it looks like they're trying to actually just play Talon Reroll, which, I mean, it's a pretty high roll game for Talon Reroll. I personally wouldn't, just because of my fear of being contested by that other person who took Assassin Crest. But if you can make them pivot out, the problem is they took an Augment that forces them to play Talon, right? I mean, I guess, like, late game, they could play like a Kha'Zix and just have +1 Assassin. They don't necessarily have to play Talon, but it's, like, pretty likely that they want to play Talon from this spot. Whereas you took an Augment that's pretty flexible. So, like, it's actually more reasonable for you to pivot out here. The problem is that I mean, now that you've committed these items, you have to play Talon from this spot. I personally would have just slammed more flexible items and tried to play Sivir or Jhin, or even like potentially go fast 9 and play like a Jinx here. But this isn't like the most unreasonable. This should definitely be Frozen Heart. This should definitely be Frozen Heart Nocturne. Okay, that's good. Can't make any gold here. Darius in there I think makes total sense. Yeah, I would agree with that. You could theoretically play the Gnar for Socialite, but double Bodyguards looks really good. Ideally, you get a Blitzcrank, right, if you're trying to play Talon. But we should win most fights here. Ideally, we can keep our streak for a really long time and just farm up infinite gold. Yeah, so good fight there. We have so much gold, man. We're chilling. All right, nothing to be done here, I think. I think this is just our board. Okay, so next fight. And yeah, you should definitely be scouting now that you have this Frozen Heart Nocturne. Okay, so this person slammed IE Last Whisper Talon. It almost makes me think he's not playing Talon. Like, these aren't Talon items, but maybe they don't know what Talon items are. Are we going to lose this fight? Maybe our Talon's just... Ooh, if he gets that kill... Oh, that hurts so much. I wonder if we could have won this fight with different positioning. I mean, probably. It's just a little tough. Like, you can't really position your Frozen Heart for that. I mean... I guess the biggest issue is that your Syndra just gets one shot here for no reason, or like without doing anything. Like you can actually, I mean, you prefer for something like this Darius to get hooked, and then like you would want to have like Syndra here, and then like Darius here. You can see my mouse, right? Yeah. You would want to have like Syndra and then Darius in the corner. Blitz hooks the Darius, and then all you have is, I mean, it's kind of tough. You can actually backline your front line here, but I mean, you don't know who you're fighting exactly, so it's hard to position for everyone. I mean, they have a Talon 2 and a Blitzcrank 2. The thing they don't have is Debonair. They also have this Echo, I mean, and a Poppy 2. You're going to lose this fight most of the time. So it's not the end of the world. Like, but it was so close that it feels really bad, right? Because it feels like you can win this fight if you position slightly differently. Okay, Augment time. So we're hard committed to Talon. Let's see. None of these are that great, honestly. If you take Tome, you have 8 units in. Debonair, Assassin, or Bodyguard, or Scholar would be okay. I don't know. Ancient Archive's pretty bad. I'd probably just take the Stand United. Though, I mean, I want to go look at the late game Talon comp really quick. And see how many synergies it actually has in, because I don't think it's a lot. So I feel like Stand United's not that crazy. 4 Assassin, 3 Debonair, 2 Scrap, 2 Scholar, 2 Bodyguard. So it's 5 synergies in. It's not great. Theoretically, you could cut 2 of the Assassins and play something else. I think Second Wind's not terrible either. I'm interested actually. So, and here, let me share my screen really quick. Let me show what I'm looking at. Display capture. Oh, but this needs to be above this. Okay. This is Tactics Tools. One thing you can do is go up to Team Comps in Tactics.tools. Look for Talon. Like this. And you can actually look at augments for Talon. So like, how good is Second Wind actually in Talon? It's actually pretty good. So you could look at taking Second Wind here. Like, compare that to Stand. Stand United is 4.51. So yeah, I'm down to actually take Second Wind here. I mean, the only other option is Ancient Archives. 4.04? Okay. I mean, you could take Ancient Archives. It's a bit of a risky pick. But I guess it's between Second Wind and Ancient Archives. You already have Thrill for healing. Is it really Ancient Archives here? I mean, if you just look at win rates for the Talon comp, theoretically it's this. I mean, if you get an Assassin spat or a Debonair spat, it's really good. The problem is, like, most other stuff is not great. Like, theoretically, you can take Scholar spat, and then you don't have to play Zyra. Bodyguard spat isn't bad. But yeah, it's probably not Stand United. Okay, so we take Ancient Archive. Let's see what we get. I mean, you don't have to crack it immediately, but you probably should. You definitely want to make gold here. I would sell these too. I wouldn't... Okay, selling the Twitch there is a mistake. If you crack this and you get +1 Assassin, you really want that Twitch so that you can just cut this Sejuani, play Twitch, and then make like Assassin Syndra. So that's a mistake. you need to be thinking about what you're gonna get from this tome. Unless you're like gonna wait a really long time to crack it, but I don't see why you would. You have 8 in. You have 8 synergies in, which means you're gonna get um, two synergies. You're gonna get 2 like tailored augments. Um, so it's I mean it's any 2. Ideally, it's you get Debonair Assassin or Bodyguard, and I guess you could make Scholar work. Bruiser would be pretty terrible. Um, I would put this in, right? Arcanist is actually, I guess it's hard to fit an Arcanist in late game, but I mean it'd be better than Bruiser, I think. But I mean you should just crack this tome. Like, whoa, what are you waiting for to like manipulate your board a little bit more? I don't think there's that much for you to do. Um, you also want to hold this Zyra if you're playing Talon Reroll. It's like actually just a unit that you play in the comp. Like, it's not Zyra. I mean, it depends on how much frontline. I mean, Zyra might just be better than Sejuani here. Not once you get Sejuani too, though. Okay, so I don't know why you wait to crack this. I think you should just do it immediately. Like, I assume you're gonna try to wait and like make the perfect board for it, but like 8 synergies in already is like not bad, and like you're gonna have to sack HP to make the perfect board. I just don't think it makes sense. I would still Swain and buy Zyra here. Because if you're playing Talon Reroll, Zyra's in the comp. Like, that is a unit that you roll for 3 stars. You want a Talon item here. You want Sword or Glove. You have already naturaled 1 glove. I don't know the way that items work. You're more likely to get items that you have not naturaled off of, and by natural I mean got off minions. I don't believe you took that glove off Carousel, right? You just got that glove off minions, so you should take a glove here, ideally, because you haven't seen a sword yet, so you're actually pretty likely to natural a sword. The issue is it's on a 4 cost, so you might not get it. I mean, it's a Sivir with a glove. Like, someone should probably take this, but if you can get this, it'd be huge. Okay. I really thought that you're gonna miss. You definitely want the glove here. I mean, you could take a rod, potentially, but yeah, it's whatever. You could take a rod to get Morello's for your Echo later. Okay, so checking up on this guy again. Oh, look, they're playing 4 assassins. They're contesting you, kind of. And they took Tiny Titans, so they're gonna be super healthy. Yikes. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Nothing to really do here. Yeah, you purchase this. It's whatever. I'm like, you could theoretically sell the Sivir and slam the glove on Talon, but There's actually, like, if the rest of your items for the rest of the game look terrible, there's a world where you just have a glove stuck on Talon, which would kind of suck. So, yeah. I agree with the choice to not slam the glove on Talon here. And it's interesting that you hold the Sivir here. I mean, I wouldn't really want to play... Are you going to make, like, a huge pivot and pivot out of Talon? If that's the case, you shouldn't have slammed these items. Like, if you're thinking about not playing Talon from this spot, there's no way it's right to slam RFC plus QSS. These are great Talon items, but, like, these are not great Sivir items. But we'll see what happens. Sold out Sejuani to buy Lucian. I don't agree, really. You don't have great frontline. Your Talon does enough damage. I think Sejuani's a better unit. But it looks like you're trying to make a pivot to Sivir here, which I don't completely disagree with. I mean, this is how I would have played the game out originally. You should have Blitzcrank in here over Darius, by the way. It's so much better, especially because you can do the Talon cheese. If you don't know, Talon and Blitzcrank have like a hidden interaction that's actually really strong. You put Blitzcrank on one side and then put Talon so that he's going to jump on the opposite corner. Blitzcrank, well, what's going to happen is Talon is going to jump, auto attack this unit that's in this corner, and then Blitzcrank's going to pull it, and then Talon can reapply his bleed to another unit here. And the Blitz pull plus the Talon bleed, especially if it's Debonair Talon, will often be enough to just kill a unit. So you should look to do that with Talon. And Blitzcrank's also just a stronger unit than Darius in most scenarios. Okay, this fight looks like a win. Yep. Okay, so you're looking to pivot to Sivir here, which I'm not upset about. I mean, if you're looking to pivot to Sivir, you should also hold the Jhin, probably, because that's also an equally pretty, like, easy pivot. I mean, it's not that easy, but it's not that hard either. If you're looking to play Sivir here, I don't know why you hold the Lucians, though. I think this, yeah, I think you need to play, and I'm second-guessing myself here. Okay. Yeah, these games were recorded recently. These games were recorded, like, literally today. I just wanted to make sure, I mean, as long as the time step on the video makes sense, because, like, if we were playing a few patches ago, Hextech Sivir is okay, but if you're playing right now, the Striker Sivir is the like much better variant. So you should have picked up Jin there. Then you have MF plus Braum. You can definitely look to play Jin from this spot. I mean, like if you're pivoting out of Talon, which I think is reasonable, but you should have just slammed suboptimal items on Talon, lost like a little bit more HP up to this point, but had better items. Because right now you could have Last Whisper Renons on Talon. Like that would have been so much better for potentially playing Sivir or Jhin. But you should have held the Jhin. Oh, this is not good, dude. Don't roll at 6 here. What are you rolling for? If you want to, you can just go. You have 96 HP. You have 96 HP in this spot. Just go 7. Add 1 unit, which is probably the Zyra that you didn't pick up. The Zyra here would be pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, you could be playing Blitz. You could have played 4 Bodyguard or something here. It's a little bit weird, though. That's probably not great. Yeah, it's probably the Zyra instead of... Well, it's not instead of anything. You just level here, play the Zyra that you should be holding on your bench instead of these Lucians. Yeah, but play Zyra here, and then just sit on this board. You can go fast 8. Like, okay, just like something to think about. You should leverage your HP in situations like this. You have so much econ. You are not in a spot where you need to roll down. And I guess by your rolling down here at level 6, you take your average potential placement for this game from like a potential top 2, top 3, down to like top 4, top 5, top 6, or something like this. You're in a spot where you can leverage your HP and play greedy. Like if you, and I want to check your lol chess again now, because I wonder if this is something like a tendency that you have. Oh, did I close it out? I can reopen it. You have a great name, by the way. I love your name so much. Yeah, I mean that must mean like positive attitude, right? I love your name. It's so good. Okay, let me look up the op.gg. Attitude positiva. And I think this is the right server. Yeah, LAN. I mean, hopefully this is you. Yeah, okay. So like literally look at this. And let me pull up display capture again. This is your op.gg. If you look at first of all, look at the top, your last 20, you have 1 win in it. It'd be interesting to look at win rate. Top 35%, like a 14.6 win rate is pretty low. I mean, I wonder what mine is. 20%? Yeah. I mean, mine is still not even that high, but it's better than this. I'm not like flaming or flexing or anything like that. But I want to say, like, if you want to get more firsts, you need to play more greedy than this. There's no reason to roll down here, especially like the lower elo you are, you can play even more greedy. You should just push 7 here, then sit on this board until 4, 5, push 8. You honestly might even be strong enough to go fast 9 here. Like your board is not that weak. I don't see any reason to roll down here. If you were like 40 HP with this board, then I can see, or like a worse board, I can see it making sense to roll down here. But I don't think there's a reason to roll down in this spot. I mean, if you want to play Talon reroll, you can roll in this spot. But if you wanted to play Talon reroll, there's a lot of like conflicting things going on here, right? Like if you want to play Talon reroll, I mean, I guess you're trying to stay open to multiple things here, but you kind of have to commit yourself at some point. And I feel like you committed yourself by slamming the QSS plus this rapid fire cannon. So I feel like once you slam these, you're committed to Talon reroll. If you're committed to Talon reroll, then you should have just opened this tome. And then rolling at 6 is okay, but then you can roll a decent bit more at 6. You also want to be holding the Zyras if you're playing Talon reroll. So yeah, we'll see. You hit Sivir too. I would just pivot out into Sivir here. This is amazing. I mean, the fact that you had this... yeah, don't slam another QSS. Last Whisper, QSS, RFC is like not terrible. Get that in, get Irelia in, get Blitzcrank in. Ooh, you need that Blitzcrank. You definitely want Blitzcrank in here for scrap. And you're going to try to get in 4 scrap later. These units are obviously... You shouldn't have them in, but it's just because you couldn't transition as fast as you wanted. You should definitely crack the tome soon. Ideally, once you get a few more units out. But okay, this actually looks like a solid top 4 position because you hit Sivir too. And this unit is so good. I mean, their items are kind of scuffed, so I'm actually interested to see how it plays because I've never played Sivir with these items. Looks like it does not that much damage. Sell Lucians, sell Nocturne. You definitely want like 30 here. Yeah, you can't make more than 30. You're holding another Sivir. Yeah. Ooh. Sorry about the lag this game. Okay, so you end up in a spot where you make Lucian to you don't actually like here. Let's go to Meta TFT and just look at what the best Sivir comp is. Because if you want to play Sivir, you should play this comp every single time. You should play this variation: 4 striker, 4 scrap. And then you end up playing 2 Hextech, 2 bodyguard. So you play Jarvan, Gnar, Sivir, and Irelia as your strikers, and then you get in 4 scrap with Blitzcrank, Echo, Irelia, and then Jinx later. And prior to playing Jinx, you can throw in another scrap unit if you want, like Ezreal. It's fine. This is the version that you should be going for if you're playing Sivir. Because like if you look at like the 6 Hextech variation, it's so much worse win rate wise. So look to play this variation of Sivir. It's so much stronger. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we win this fight. That's not bad, 30 gold, but we could even make more gold. We should have 4 striker in, by the way. There was a Rek'Sai in our shop. Okay, but maybe the lag made it so you couldn't buy it. I'm down for Rod here. I'm down for Rod here for our Echo. Okay, we didn't get Rod, so Zephyr? What's our other item that we have? Neither of these are great. Yeah, you could take the forecast sword and potentially build like a ZZ Rot. I would have liked to get the Rod, but I don't think... I think you just weren't able... Yeah, I mean, you were only able to choose from these items. It's rough, but yeah, you just take the forecast sword. The glove doesn't really do that much. Because you don't want another QSS, you don't want a Banshees. Another Sivir is hilarious. Okay, so you finally slam this. Hextech Emblem or Scrap Emblem or Bodyguard. It's just Scrap here. I'm pretty sure it makes it easier to get in 4 Scrap. You could potentially get in 6 Scrap late game, which is really strong. The other option is Bodyguard. I'm not interested in playing Vertical Hextech here, so I would take Scrap. Probably, maybe Bodyguard, but yeah, I think Scrap is good. Let's see what you take. Hextech, yeah. Yeah, I think you're just a bit too tunneled in on playing the Hextech variation of this comp, which I think is worse than the Striker Scrap variation. And it used to be quite good, especially with these items, though. You want to be playing Hextech, right? Or not Hextech, you want to be playing Striker, sorry. Ooh, oh, okay. 2 Striker Emblems, or... This is actually, like, decent, but you already have the QSS Slam, so you just take 2 Striker Emblems, and it's awesome. The other 2 are just untakeable for you here. Dude, this lag, if you improve this lag, you can get to Master Tier easy. So we have a Striker, Lucian. What's still going on with this comp? Okay, we should still have Blitzcrank in. I mean, probably over Braum here. And then eventually it'll be Braum over Leona. We have 4 in. Like, this should probably come out. We need a Jarvan. Oof. The problem is that you didn't, like, hold a Jarvan. If you wanted to pivot to Sivir, ideally you would hold a Jarvan at some point in the game. Because we don't have a Jarvan, it's really hard to get in 6 Striker, which would be really nice to get in. Also, we really want to go fast 8 or fast 9 to get a Jinx, because Striker Jinx is nuts. But yeah, we should win a decent number of these fights. Like, the board, we've gotten to a pretty strong board since we've hit Sivir too. So yeah, we should be pretty safe to top 4 from here. I just wonder how well we can do. Blitzcrank plus Echo are really good. Like, imagine the spot here if you took Bodyguard Emblem. Like, the 4 Hextech, it's okay for you. But if you had Blitz Echo for Scrap, you can get an Echo, put the Giant Spell on him, scrap that. You can scrap the bow on Irelia, and you can scrap the cloak on Blitz. Like, you were chilling. You have so many items, such a big shield on your whole team. It's so good. Okay, these items are kind of trash. We probably make Shroud. Shroud plus Zephyr plus CZ Rot, actually. Jhin, interesting. I don't feel terrible about leveling here. What are we looking for? Whenever you level, you should, like, try to figure out what you're actually looking for. Like something like Jarvan. Wait. Why don't we have Rek'Sai in? Wait, because we still have this Striker Emblem that we're sitting on. Just put Rek'Sai in, put a Striker Emblem on this Nocturne that you also shouldn't be playing at this point, but we're playing so many Hextechs. Like, these 2 units are not that good. Dude, if we hit a Jinx here, it's actually so nuts. Okay, get the Gnar too. You don't need this Ari or this Kha'Zix. Okay, it should definitely be Rek'Sai in, and then slam the Striker Emblem. I mean, another Sivir 2 is not terrible. It could actually be a Sivir 3 angle this game. Pretty hilarious. Yeah, I thought about Warmog's armor, but then you're left with an item that you don't want. I mean, I guess you could put an item on Irelia. I think the Zephyr plus Shroud here, plus ZZ Rod is pretty good, because you also don't have a lot of frontline. I would still the Alistair here. You're not playing 6x tech. It's just, unless you have like a really, really good reason to play it, like some augment that's like some like really good hex tech augment, there's no reason. But you should also have 6 striker in here, absolutely. That's fine. I'm okay with these item slams. They're not the best, in my opinion. But yeah, there's no way Nocturne should be in here over playing 6 striker. Or hex tech is just not that big of a buff. Or there's no way there's no way second Sivir should be in here. Like, how much damage did the second Sivir do in that last fight? Like, 2k? Like, you're going to increase the damage of your comp by more than 2k by slamming, by getting this second striker in. I mean, by getting the 2 striker in and going up to 6. Like, that's such a huge damage boost for your team. Okay, but you're rolling a bit. Okay, so, I mean, you've made a pretty decent comp, but you could make a much better comp if you just didn't play some of these hex tech units and played into the most cap version of this comp. Like, you're a little lacking in damage. The fact that we're sitting on this striker emblem and not playing this Rek'Sai is crazy to me. Like, getting in 6 striker is so good here, and you don't even lose anything. Like, all you lose is playing a second Sivir, which is okay, but it's not great. So yeah, like, honestly here, you just get in 6 hex tech, you make gold here. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good. Okay, so it's Jinxin over Nocturne, and then Rek'Sai in, and then you make 6 striker. And I know you're not going to take out the Nocturne because you're really dedicated to the 6 hex tech spot, but it's so much better. Please, 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 please. It's so good here. It's so good here. The only issue is you don't have an item holder for this, so it's going to have to go on like Braum. Braum or, I mean, it's actually not bad on Irelia. Yeah, this is cute. I like this, actually. Because, you know, she flies around the entire enemy team. I mean, it'd be a little better on Braum right now because the Irelia is stuck on a tank. But it's still not bad. Okay, so, I mean, this should definitely top for you. But there are a lot of, like, small things that you could do to play this game better. And you could definitely make it, like, a super, super, super guaranteed top 4. As opposed to this spot where you might actually end up losing to this guy who is Clockwork Jin. Interesting. Because, like, think about how hard this matchup is going to be when you don't have a Frozen Heart Echo. Like, if you're just playing the regular version of this comp where you play for Scrap and you play Echo, the Frozen Heart Echo would be huge. Okay, what are we looking for here? Frontline item would be fine. Socialite Emblem wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, wait, go back to our comp. Just check what we have. We don't have any slots left on Irelia. Wait, I just had to cough, so I couldn't see. It's just another Braum item. It's this item or this item for Braum. Deathblade? On who? I mean, I guess Jinx, but you have so much damage already. I would really focus on shoring up your frontline. You have so few frontline items built. So yeah, I would look to build more frontline. Though if you had snapped Frozen Heart on Braum, then I guess I feel a little bit better about this Deathblade. The Deathblade's also not that useful when you have 6 striker in, right? It's just more flat AD, which you'd much rather some kind of like attack speed item for Jinx. Like you already have so much AD that it doesn't really matter having that extra AD. Okay, but we win this fight. I'm gonna go pretty quick through these next few because there's probably not that much to do because your board's actually pretty strong. We're in a top 2 spot. I wonder if we can beat up this gym player and get a top 1, or if it's gonna be a second. Because it looks like just HP-wise we can beat out 3rd place. Okay, looks like we lose to the Jin guy, whose board is like not that crazy. But like if you played out this game differently, with like a few of the things I talked about, I think it'd be super, super. Like you could already be level 9 in this spot right now. Like you could have played it greedier. You didn't have to roll down so much at 6. Though I mean, it did hit you Sivir. You would just be like maybe a little bit less HP. So I mean, you'd probably win this combat. And And it's also just so unreliable. I mean, the fact that you hit Sivir 2 rolling down on 6 is like kind of a high roll. And so you don't want to like have to rely on high rolling. We fight this guy 2 times in a row. Unlucky. Okay, another loss. But it's top 2. You're rolling down for Sivir 3, but you don't have enough time to roll down for everything. But you know it happens. We're not dying. Make income here. So sell all of these units. You want to make income here because you're missing 2 gold off income, right? You could go to 30 here by selling these. Like, why do you care about these units? Zeke's isn't bad. Zeke's is great, actually. Take Zeke's. Nice. Good call. Like, you could also have a Galio tune at this point. Yeah, your board could be so capped that, like, there's no chance of them beating you. So if we hit Sivir 3 here, we probably still win, right? If we don't hit it, then unlucky. But you could also be in a spot where you're level 9 with more gold, and I mean, you probably wouldn't be hitting Sivir 3 just because you'd be... Oh, no! We're 1 off. But yeah, instead of hitting Sivir 3, you'd have, like, Galio 2, Jinx 2, Silco 2, Victor 2. We probably are dead, unless we, like, really smurfed on this guy positionally. Oh, we actually won this fight really hard. Nice. Okay, maybe we can hit Sivir here? But I'm not covering a lot of, like, positioning stuff. Oh? There's nothing... We're at 8. You have to sell something, right? Yeah. I think that's totally reasonable. And then you can get the Swain in for Hex Tech. It's pretty good. Okay, I wonder if we... What? Just play the Swain here. The Swain! The Swain! The Swain! The Swain! Well, okay. Rolling... I would have just played... how much gold did we have? You have 5 gold here? You should definitely buy the Swain. Buy the Swain and then roll. Because if you roll and hit nothing here, you are in a bad spot. But you actually roll and hit Leona here, which is even better than the Swain, so that's fine. That's hilarious, though. But they hit Jhin 3? Oof. And they moved him to opposite side of our carries. The Braum's in a pretty decent position. Oh, he's not going to... Yeah, he ulted the wrong way, though. So, like, just some positioning tips, right? Braum ults the unit that he's attacking. If you have Braum, like, right here, where Leona is, then he is going to end up attacking this Vi in most cases. He might aggro onto the doggy here, but the Sivir can just kill it, and it'll turn here, and then ult and hit the Jhin. So you want the Braum to be one unit to the left, so the ult in this diagonal hits the Jhin, because now he misses the Jhin, which might lose you the fight, we'll see. I mean, it's a Sivir 3, though. Okay. I mean, the person has 92 HP, which is pretty hilarious, but it's Sivir 3 versus Jhin. It's pretty interesting. I just want to see how the fights go. But yeah, you want your Braum in a spot. I mean, like, even here, he might end up ulting the Jhin. Like, I'd probably put him here so that he can hit this Camille. So I don't know if this angle is going to hit the Jhin exactly, but you should try it. I mean, this actually could hit the Jhin. This actually might... Okay, it hits the Jhin. Okay, you're chilling. So then you should... I think you win most fights where your Braum hits the Jhin. Nice. Okay, not bad. I mean... At this point, like, what are you really rolling for? Is it just your board? I still want freaking Blitzcrank in over this for scrap. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty big buff, especially late game when you have so many units. You're just rolling for upgrades, which I guess makes sense. You had a little bit more HP, you could have gone 9. Okay, Braum's still gonna ult the Jhin. This guy literally hasn't moved, so that's really good for you. You should win this fight as well, probably. Ooh, that was really close. Ooh, this was really close, but yeah. The Braum ulting the Jhin, like, might be a diff here. Alright, let's see the last fight. He moved, so now his Braum is no longer ulting the Jhin. He's actually very far away from it. The only thing is, your front line might be able to just get to them. Close. Alright, another win. Not bad. I don't know, Socialite is not bad, I guess. Or just more frontline. You still don't have a final item on Braum, right? Blue buff? Oh, wait, you should take Last Whisper for Jinx. That seems great here. Oh, there's... Oh, okay, yeah, we have QSS on Jinx. Sorry, I've been, like, going through really quickly these last few so you can get a bang for your buck out of the VOD review. Okay, it's over there, it's over there. Blue buff Leona. I would have preferred a Sunfire. Oh, man. Alright, it's, Oh, now this person's still alive? Okay, one more fight. But yeah, I mean, it looks like your comp is capped enough that you can beat them. I think you could be more capped at level 9 and be like guaranteed winning every fight. And you could have like an Echo jumping on this Jhin. But I mean, at the end of the day, a win's a win. We take those. What is their comp, by the way? It's like Jhin, Zilean. Oh, wait, we lost? Oh my god. Okay, what happened in this last fight? So, I mean, Jhin is all on his own. He's got all of frontline here to tank everything. Oh, bodyguard. Is there a way you can have Braum ult Jhin here? Probably by putting him, like, here. So that he ults to the doggy if the doggy lives. This isn't bad positioning, though. Because this doesn't... Yeah, that doesn't hit Jhin. Oh, this Jhin has such a good angle on your backline here. You could think about... It's really tough, actually. I mean, the reason you lose this fight is because your front line is all over here. You have no front line in front of your carries, so Jhin actually ends up just one-shotting your carries. But, I mean, I wouldn't even say, like, that this game is a huge positioning diff. I think, really, the big difference in this game here is rolling down at 6, I don't think was very appropriate from your spot. And I also thought it was... You could have had much better items on Sivir. Like, I mean, you got to top 2, but I would have just slammed more suboptimal Sivir items. But yeah, from this spot, there's simply no reason to roll down. And I mean, the fact that we just roll at 6 and hit 2 Sivirs, huh? I mean, that's so nuts, right? Yeah, hit 1 Sivir here, and then we hit a Sivir. Is the second Sivir at 7 or... No, you hit Sivir 2 at 6. I mean, that's a bit of a high roll. If you don't hit the Sivir 2 and you just roll down a bunch of gold and hit like nothing, you're in such a bad spot. So yeah. That is game 1. I did not know one game was going to take me that long. But let's pull up another and see if we can speed a VOD review a few. Okay, so this game starts after first augment selection. You have item grab bag, which gave you a this thing. Last Whisper. Sorry. It gave you a Last Whisper, which is not bad at all. Let me up the playback speed. Because we actually don't have that much time left in the review. That first game took so much time because I said so many things. General like learnings though from that last game, I think. Play a bit more greedy. I would also... I think your item slams were a little bit questionable because once you slam those items on Talon, you're pretty committed to Talon. I mean, pivoting out ended up being the right decision, but I think you could have pivoted out in a much better spot if you would just slam Last Whisper plus Renons on Talon, and the items would have been slightly worse. Like, you would have taken a little bit more damage, but you would have ended up with much better Sivir items, like potentially best in slot Sivir. And then also your Sivir comp is a little bit weird. You should look at, like, really, like, the best possible comps out there. Okay. So you end up in this spot. We actually have... Okay, let's start back. Okay, so we took item grab bag. We have all these units. Buy out the shop, why not? We're gonna have Last Whisper, and we have a Twitch pair. We also have the Zilean in shop here. I am totally down. Let's see. Boom, boom. Play these two. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'd be 1 gold off making 10 if you sold the 2 Twitches plus... No, you make 10, exactly. If you just play Zilean plus Singed. If you just put in Zilean plus Singed and then sell your entire bench, you make 10. And I don't even feel bad about that. Right, because this brings you up to 5, and then these other 5 units are 5. So yeah, you don't have a strong opener here. You hit 0 pairs. I would just play the Innovator's opener. I really don't like playing around Twitch. I mean, theoretically, you think about playing like Twitch Reroll from here, but I don't think Twitch Reroll is very strong. So yeah, I would just make 10 gold here, put Last Whisper on Ezreal, and then put a glove on him. I wouldn't slam QSS. I think the item's fine, but it's not like as good as some better items that you can build. You end up playing this board, which like isn't terrible. This is the other board that you could play. If you're gonna play this board, I would still make... actually, I mean, the only way you can make 10 here on a loss, I mean, you can still 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold the Twitch. So yeah, you should make 10 either way though. Yeah, and you wouldn't get to hold the Nocturne is the only thing. So I'm kind of fine just making 10 with these because you're not going to win streak from this spot, very likely. Okay, so like this is something that I've struggled with for a while, but I think you really just people need to aggressively make gold. Like you should just make gold there. It's so useful to make gold in this spot just because 10 gold helps you snowball into making 20, 30, 40 gold. Like if you deny yourself the ability to make gold by holding on to all these pairs, it's just gonna put you in a much worse spot in the late game. So yeah. But we've committed to this spot where we have Twitch. I don't feel great about it. I'd rather just have these items on Ezreal. But it's kind of whatever. Just hold the Jarvan plus the Nocturne and then make 10 still. And the Twitch. So you can hold your 3 pairs and then make 10. You just have to sell some of your innovators. That's worse. There's no reason to put in Singed here. It's just a weaker board right now. And you have to make 10 here, probably by selling the Zillion, buying the Jarvan, selling the Zillion, and then you can hold on the Ezreal if you really want to. But it is necessary to make 10 here. I wouldn't sell the Jarvan, because you can get Hextech in, and it's pretty good. So yeah, I wouldn't sell Jarvan there. I would sell Zillion and buy the Jarvan, and then you're holding onto a Jarvan pair. Okay, so you had infinite Chemtechs here. So I mean, I guess your board is just Warwick plus Tryndamere plus Twitch plus this guy. And then I didn't do the math, but that's -5. There's no way you're making 10. Or no way you're making 20 from this spot, but yeah. That'll at least be your strongest board that you can play. You'll get in Challengers, Chemtech, and Assassins. I mean, these are good. These are good units to hit. If you, Ooh, no. I mean, you can literally get in Challenger for free here, and it's a better unit. I also think the Twitch positioning is a little bit dubious. I like positioning Twitch in a corner. I mean, it's not so bad here. I guess, like, middle Twitch isn't terrible. You should definitely have Warwick in over Singed. I don't know why I had to pause the VOD for me to call. Yeah, definitely Warwick in over Singed. Okay, let's keep it going. Sword off Carousel is great. It lets you get IE. So yeah, I completely agree with that. Oh, it's on an Echo, by the way. That's okay, though. Some of the IE is pretty important. Okay, so, yep, I would semi-E on Twitch here, put the Warwick in, and then I would just make 20. You're not in a spot here where you're going to win streak, so whatever. Gnar here? I don't really agree with. I don't like selling Twitch here. I don't like leveling here. I don't like any of this, to be honest. I don't want to be harsh. Sorry. I need to, okay. So my thinking here, we have good Twitch. I mean, the problem is that it's just a Twitch one, but Twitch is going to benefit from Chemtech, and it's going to benefit from Assassin. Like, we have all of these synergies here for Twitch. If we're pivoting to Gnar here, like, these items are totally fine on Gnar. I'm very happy carrying an Gnar from this spot, or I'm happy carrying an Gnar with these items. The problem is from this spot, we have 0 synergies to enable him. We have no strikers, so it's really tough to carry Gnar from here. So I think it's a bit dubious. And then you end up putting back in Twitch. Going 5 here, I think, also doesn't make sense. In most scenarios, when you lose the first 3, I'm happy to just lose the next 2, especially when your board is not that strong. And you can almost guarantee that by not leveling. I mean, it depends on what elo you're at, like depending on how strong of board people play. But I would just not level here, make 20 gold, play your Twitch board. He's going to kill some units, and you're going to make a lot of gold. But now you're not making gold. You have to make 10 here. If you don't make 10 here, it's an 8th. Okay, like, not actually, but it makes the game so much harder for you if you don't make 10 here. So you have to make 10 here by selling, like, MF plus Zillion or something like that. Warwick Ez? Okay. I still don't get why you're against putting in Warwick here, because it'll give you a Challenger. There's your Twitch. Could have been Twitch too, but, I mean, you could also say, oh, it's the same Twitch. Caitlyn MF here? I guess not terrible, but yeah, your board just looks not very good. Yeah, I mean, it's Narin. I mean, the Chemtech at least gives you a little bit of a front line. But yeah, I would have just been happier carrying these items on Twitch. They're okay on MF, I guess. But I mean, MF wants to be more of an AP carry, but because of Sniper, she can kind of hold these items. Okay. The big problem here is, you need to lose this fight. If you lose the first 4, you need to keep your loss streak or your econ is hurt really badly. So you shouldn't be looking to win this fight. You can look to what you need to do. And every single time you end up in the spot where you're on a 4 loss streak, scout the 3 people that you're gonna fight. Look at any of their boards and make your board weaker. You have to make your board weaker than the weakest person, because if you win the fight, which happens here, your econ is in a terrible, terrible spot because you lose the loss streak. Which means you're losing out on at least 6 gold, right? Because if you go on a 5 loss streak, you're gonna get an extra 3, and then you're gonna keep that loss streak through Krug, so you're gonna make an extra 3, and then potentially it's even more gold in the next stage. So you need to look. You need to lose this fight. And sadly, we end up playing the Mercs player, but we could, what's so insane? What's so insane about this spot? We could actually send this guy 8th if we lose this fight, right? Because he has lost every single fight up to this point. He has a 4, this is a 4 chest, I'm pretty sure, based on the size of it. This person's playing Mercs, but they made the mistake of playing a Corky too. Okay, like, wait, how do they have Mercs? Oh, they have +1 Merc. Okay. This person, you should lose this fight. You should intentionally lose this fight to keep your loss streak, and then this will force them to cash out, which will ruin their game. Like, this is going to make the game so much harder for the Merc player. I mean, they're going to be playing down HP, and they're going to have cashed out. It's a bad spot for them. So you need to lose this fight. You need to scout this person and lose this fight. So, but we don't, which means we're only making 20 gold here. We have no loss streak, which is a bit rough. Unless Corky 1v9s, it's not possible. I'm interested to see what comp you try to play from here, because it's kind of bad. I'd look for like better frontline units, like Alawi. Like, you really don't need Chemtech. Oh, is that Robin songs?
Echo es más velocidad de ataque para todo.
Oh, no, that was you. Echo is something. I don't know. I'm monolingual. But yeah, I'd buy this. You could potentially buy this as well. Next shop's a Warwick. Okay, it's like you could have 2 bruisers in here. It would be like bruiser in, and then a Senna in, depending on where the Socialite Hex is. And, I mean, it wouldn't be a great board, but it wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, you're not getting in for Sniper for a while. Wait, what? Whoa, what happened here? We leveled? Off tempo? I think this is also a bit aggressive. I think you can just wait till 3-2 to level. Just make 40 here. But I mean, this does make your board a lot stronger. Put in the Rek'Sai over that. Okay. I'm not crazy about this play, but it's not the worst thing ever. You're probably selling this plus these 2 on a win. The problem with this leveling off tempo, you really only want to do this if you have a win streak, leveling on 3-1. You would much prefer to just level on 3-2 in most cases, because now you've spent an extra gold, because, like, when I say off tempo, I mean at a multiple of 4, right? Because you're leveling not a multiple of 4 here, you're losing out on a little bit of econ, right? This is 2 gold that went to basically like the next level. I think it's totally fine to just make 40 gold here and chill. But now you're only making 20 gold. You're losing out on 2 gold. But you could say, like, you get an extra gold if you win this fight. It's like there's something. But if you lose this fight, it's kind of a disaster. Yeah, it's not great. You must make 20 here. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. So yeah, I think the main theme of this game, like where this game went wrong, I think, and I mean, we'll see what the final placement is that you played a bit too aggressively for your spot. I think the types of things you're doing here, like early leveling at 3-1, or leveling after Carousel in Stage 2, which is a totally normal thing to do. Like, those things make sense. Those things are good plays, but you can't do them every single game. And I can't remember if you did them last game. Maybe you didn't. I don't think you went level at 3-1. But, like, I don't think this is a good spot to do it. Those are really good, like, really good aggressive plays if you are in a spot to play it. And, okay, so actually, last game, right, you early leveled at Stage 2 to 6. I think you're a very, like, aggressive player, by the way that you level, it looks like, and I think that's totally, like, that's a totally fine way to play out the game, if you're win streaking, if you have a really strong board. But you have to learn when you have, like, a weak board to just lose streak, to chill out, and to make econ. So yeah, that's my thought. But I mean, this is our board for now, for a while. There's probably not too many changes to it that are gonna come. Like, we can't really upgrade it, like, just get another bruiser next level, probably. All right, let's see what augment we get here. Tiny Titans isn't bad. Just to give us some HP. I actually have not taken new Tiny Titans, where it's this level. So I'm interested to see what the win rate of taking Tiny Titan seconds is. So I want to look at that real quick on tactics.tools/augments. Here, I can pull it up over here, just to make it a little bit more interactive. Okay, so, and I'm sorting by stage 3, taking it. Tiny Titans. Okay, it's actually got a great. Okay, so I mean, it's always Tiny Titans here. This is actually such a strong augment. Wow. I'm taking at 3-3. Even at 4-1, it's not terrible. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so it's got to be Tiny Titans here, right? We don't have anything that has a better win rate. We're also low enough that it's actually pretty good because, like, we actually might not even be first pick on Carousel taking Tiny Titans here. Yeah, it's definitely Tiny Titans. Okay. Look at Talon. You ever pivot to Talon here? Probably not. I think this board is still a bit stronger than the board with Talon. But I almost want to just like hold double Talon here instead of like Blitzcrank plus this. Yeah, I'm down to hold double Talon here instead of Ezreal plus Darius plus Blitzcrank. Alright, fight this person. Okay. It should be win or lose. We won. Okay, not bad. This looks like a Sivir game. These are great Sivir items. Sivir, Jhin. I would look to build Morello's or Frozen Heart here. Yoink. That's perfect. Very happy with that. I'm down to just slam Morello's here on either, ooh, I mean, you slam Morello's, put in Renata over Singed. What? Is this board stronger? I don't think so. I think you just play that board that you're just playing, but you play Renata over Singed to put the Morellos on her. This isn't a terrible board, but like Renata's a much better Morellos holder than Morgana. I also just don't like Morgana that much. I think the unit's just not very strong right now. Okay, so we get kind of wrecked here. Making 40 is good though. What do we hit here? This? Is that better? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can put a Zac in over that. Well, but then we're losing Syndicate. I just don't think this board's weak, or I don't think this board's strong enough compared to what we were playing before. I don't think the Syndicate buff is worth it. I also think your positioning on Morgana should be different. Like, she should be in a more centralized location. And I'm going over an hour right now. I'm just going to try to get through this game, because the first game went longer than I expected, honestly. Okay, that's not bad. But I mean, it's a... Okay, look at that. Wait. Hit a Sivir on level 6. Wait, you... Actually, the god Sivir player? Okay, that's hilarious. Get in Rek'Sai here. Rek'Sai's huge. I'm fine slamming all of these items here. Oh, and we also got a... Ooh... No, I'm pretty sure IE is better here. I mean, IE Last Whisper is an insane combination. A way to check this, and I'll pull this up real quick. Play capture, Sivir. You go to, just to show you, go to Meta TFT, Stats, Units, find Sivir, click on Sivir. You're here. You can see what best in slot, like these are the best possible builds for Sivir. Yo, wait, I'm wrong? Okay, you're a god. This is best in slot Sivir. I mean, this might be more for Hextech? I mean, okay. Okay, you actually got me. Wow, I'm gonna start playing this on Sivir. Okay, so this is actually best in slot Sivir. Okay, you got me there. So this actually looks quite good. I mean, the problem is, what are you gonna do with IE now? I mean, I guess it's gonna go on like more Aurelia later. That's interesting. You got Rek'Sai in? Okay. So, I mean, it looks like we're not the worst spot. Because we hit Sivir at 6 again. But, I mean, we can't count on hitting Sivir at 6 every time. We actually still lost this fight, man. But we're 7, 66 HP. We hit a Vi that's really good. Just put in Vi plus Caitlyn, right? Vi over this. I guess Caitlyn in over this, and we'd have snipers in. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, I really just want to get the 2 Enforcer plus 4 Bruiser. Oh, and we also hit this, which is really good, but we don't have... You need to hold this Jarvan. Absolutely hold this Jarvan. Yeah, it's always Caitlyn over always Caitlyn over Ashe for Enforcer, right? Because like, how much is this Ashe really doing on her? Oh, oh wait, okay, we got the Jarvan. I didn't see for a second. I thought you rolled past it. I was gonna be upset. Okay, we took infinite damage here, 51. And I'm not gonna say the Enforcer. It's a huge Enforcer diff, but it could have mattered. Oh wow, we hit Gnar. Okay, so that's awesome. I don't know why we're still playing the Caitlyn, or not Caitlyn, but Ashe. You definitely sell the Ashe. You don't need to roll here. Put in this. Put in this, and your board is so stable. The only issue is you don't have something to put IE on, and you're probably gonna have to slam Morello's on Zac. But just put in Rek'Sai here. It literally completes your synergies, right? 4 Bruiser plus 4 Striker. And yeah, I think you're rolling a bit much here. Because I think you can just sack this next round, go 8, and you're gonna have like 0 gold, but you're kind of chilling. I mean, maybe this is a spot, but I just think we've rolled a bit too much, and we can play a stronger board for our gold here. Like, there's no reason to play this Ashe here. If you play anything, I would have played the... If you would play anything but the Rek'Sai, I'd play the Caitlyn, but I would honestly have just played the Rek'Sai, and you win this fight every single time with Rek'Sai in. Because of the 4 Striker, 4 Bruiser. Alright, and what's our last item that we need to complete? That tier. I would still look for Frozen Heart for Echo. It's really good. So we might have to take a 2 cost here, but I could live with it. Ooh, no Frozen Heart. Okay. Then I'm down for like Redemption for our front line. Yeah. Looks good. Nice. Okay, so we went 8. And we're rolling a bit. Not bad. Definitely need to get that Rek'Sai in. Oh my god, we hit a Jinx. It's really good. Okay, I mean, if you're not going to put the Rek'Sai in over these units, I mean, right now it should be in over Lucian. Yeah, I think you just prioritize 4 Hextech a little bit too much, whereas 4 Striker, I think, is just a stronger synergy. I mean, Twin Shot here is good, but if you want to do this, then sure, but then just cut Zac for Rek'Sai here to get 4 Striker. Redemption. Oh my god, you reforged the Redemption? Do you hate tank items? I guess it's Morello's Lucian. You do need some tank items, you know? Like, not every item should be a damage item. Your frontline is getting wrecked every fight. You should also, like, Blitzcrank is really good. Yeah. Like, you can be playing... Like, you're looking to play the Bruiser variant here, but I think the Bodyguard variant with Blitz is also stronger. Disintegrator here is amazing. These two are not takeable. You have no gold for level up, and you don't really care about this. It only benefits Jinx. Yeah, that's great. Irelia here is good. Yeah, you should definitely be playing this. Okay, so we finally played that. Not bad. Another Sivir. So close to Sivir too. But yeah, I think your board could have been a lot more stable. Like, we should be like 10, 20 more HP than we are if we'd play the Rek'Sai earlier. But I mean, still our board's not bad. But yeah, we should have looked for Blitzcrank. I mean, we saw Blitzcrank. We should be looking for Echo as well. And yeah, just be playing that board. Though, I mean, because we hit Lucian 2, this board's not terrible. There's maybe an argument to be made for it, because we hit Lucian 2. But still, the Rek'Sai should have definitely been in earlier. Okay, nice. We want to fight. Which wasn't bad. I think we could potentially look at getting in Galio if we were playing the Bodyguards variant. I don't know where the Socialite Hex is. We got Chalice, which isn't terrible. Okay, Sivir 2, that's huge. That bails us out so hard. Okay, so we can top 4 from here. And you probably just Chalice the Lucian. But yeah, I think we should have also slammed... I don't think it's right to reforge. Oh, like losing Echo... Like Echo plus Blitz. Echo plus Blitz here. And then you can tier the Echo. You could even take a Lucian. The Echo Blitz here. I mean, not tier the Lucian, tier the Echo, and then cloak the Jinx. And I think your board's just better. But I mean, yeah, it's just Chalice on Lucian, I think. Chalice on Jinx is not a huge difference, but I just would want to keep the 1 item slot open for Jinx, probably. But yeah, I mean, we should win most fights from here. enough to top 4, but I doubt that this is going to be like a top 1 game. Oh yeah, and you still had Vian. Whoops. Yeah, that's definitely incorrect. Holy moly. Because you have rivals in. I just usually don't play the Bruiser variant, but yeah, definitely don't play Vi plus Jinx. Yeah. Yeah, we have a Tom Kenshin, which isn't bad. This is not a horrible. It's like not that bad of a variant, but yeah, I think the scrap variant would have been stronger. The one I showed on Meta TFT, if you want to go back and check. What do we have here? Striker isn't bad. Like we would have been able to take any of these really good items for Jinx, but we slammed the Chalice. So like that's the downside of slamming Chalice, right? That we can't take any of these really good items. I don't know what you're gonna do with the Striker emblem actually, because we don't have Rek'Sai. But I mean, if you can hit a Rek'Sai and a roll down, it's amazing. We also could have put the Striker emblem on Jinx if we didn't slam the Chalice. Yeah, I think slamming Chalice on Lucian would be so much better. But yeah, now we have to roll down and pray to find a Rek'Sai. No Rek'Sai. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair. This is like not bad. Just Chalice the Lucian and then swap the Lucian and the Jinx. Yep. I mean, you should probably scout before positioning like this, because this could be really bad versus some teams. Looks like it's fine. I mean, the board's so strong, right? I just think the board could be a little bit stronger if you play the scrap variation. Ooh, we actually lost this guy. Okay. Let's just see how our next few fights go. Close loss. Yeah, I mean, I really think if you're playing the 4 scrap variant instead of this 4 hex tech variant, you can be winning these fights. Edge of Night would be so good on Jinx. That item is insane on her. But I mean, we would have slammed an item on Jinx before this. Like, I would have done that, so there's nothing to really be done. I guess it's just Edge of Night Lucian. And feeding the fish isn't bad. I think that's totally reasonable. Really just digging, trying to find that Rek'Sai. I sell the Lucian here and look for Rek'Sai. Edge of Night Gnar? Yeah, that's not terrible either. I probably would put it on the Lucian, but it might not be that bad on Gnar. Yeah, hopefully we get to a top 4 from this spot, but... Ooh. Is it a 5th? Or... It's a 5th. Okay. Okay, and we got to the end of this video. So yeah, I think a few things went wrong this game. First, I think you just played a little bit too aggressive for the spot that you're in, right? Like things like this, like going to level 5 after carousel, I think just doesn't make sense from your spot. I think it's totally fine to just make gold here and 5 loss streak it here. Then after that, winning this next fight, if you lose the first 4, you won million. Like sometimes you can lose the first 3 and then win from here, but if you lose the first 4, you have to lose this fight. So the fact that you win this fight is really bad. It also gives this person a good Merc board, which I don't know how well they end up doing. They end up going top 3 at least over you. I don't know. Yeah, I mean we can't see, but this person could potentially just be another person in the bot 4 if you mess up their Merc streak. So that's another thing. And then you level here really aggressively as well, which I think just doesn't make any sense based on the spot, because your board is just not that strong. You level and roll, which I don't think either of which are really necessary. You have a lot more gold if you and leveled early in those other spots. And like you're not going to win from here, so leveling and rolling I don't think makes sense. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. I know it was a little bit harsh in some spots, but I mean, I think there's a lot of things that are really solid. I mean, you're diamond, so you know, like you're definitely pretty good at the game. You just have to sharpen some of these like intricacies, these things that are like a little bit hard. But like these are the things that can really take your gameplay to the next level. So I hope you enjoyed. And anyone else on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the VOD review. Like I said, if you're interested in getting one yourself, just message me on Discord and we can arrange it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and also thank you for getting coaching. I'll see you next time. If you want to do any more coaching, let me know. Thanks.